Lynas Lynkyavichus, former foreign minister and the Minister of Defense of Lithuania, is with us tonight. Hello, sir.
Hi, good to see you, good to hear you.
Thank you so very much. My first question. 188 missiles and drones were fired by Russia at Ukraine just tonight, over the night and in the morning just as well. So not quite effective militarily, very costly economically. So why Putin does it after all?
It's desperately using all remaining power, so to say, and trying to fix as far as it is possible before January 20. That would be explanation.
Right.
To have better negotiation positions, because waiting for some changes and definitely trying to make full use of this remaining time. And that shouldn't surprise. I'm afraid this remaining time will be very, very difficult, very hard. And that's exactly how it looks like.
Oh, yes, actually. You're absolutely right. I can confirm that living in Kyiv. But let's talk about Trump's nominee, Kellogg, a former lieutenant general and a person who definitely knows how to handle a gun and what for to handle a gun. So Kellogg and Trump proposed the following: an ultimatum. Putin phrases the front line. Ukraine forgets about joining NATO for 20 years or something. A new long-term security architecture is worked out specifically for Ukraine. So help me to understand, if not NATO, then what kind of a security architecture could that be?
Obviously, Ukraine has to have some guarantees. When we're talking about guarantees, we already had some very bad experience from Budapest Memorandum and other things, and definitely need something more granted. And this is membership in NATO, full membership. And I'm still convinced that when we're talking about the process, we have to distinguish process and the ultimate result. So if Ukraine would be invited, that would mark irreversibility of the process, also would fix the geopolitical defeat of Putin, because it was one of the major tasks for him. And the end of the process will come as appropriate, but definitely not next year, not in 2 years probably.
Right. Okay.
But to start the process is very important. And this is exactly what we have to push, regardless everything. When some critics saying that Ukraine should abolish this demand to get into NATO,
Right.
this sounds a bit strange, because why they should do that? Because it's not Ukraine deciding how to join and when to join. NATO is doing that, and so far, unfortunately, they are blocking this process by not. For a long time, it was not possible to get even membership action plan, as you remember. Now it's kind of easier, but nevertheless, you still need political decision, which needs consensus. So if there's no consensus, and we do know that there's really no consensus, so no need for Ukraine to change minds. So it's something different. And when it's early to say what General Kellogg will do, but his comments, probably he will really honestly would like to solve the problem, which is not easy. But to talk about peace for the land, or to make some pause, or some other issues, that will not fly. It will not work simply. I would advise to listen to other envoy who was also during this time, Kurt Volker, as you know, and he also speaking about. He has experience. He knows how it looks like, and he knows things. And I would share with him that definitely time will come, and if Trump will demand something to be solved sooner than later,
absolutely,
he will fail, and then he will be nervous. I agree, he will be nervous, and nervous also on Putin. And then will be some another opportunities, maybe. So it's too early to jump to any conclusions and to comment all these fragments of some ideas or proposals. It's really too early, and let's just continue what we have to do. And definitely, what we have to do in Europe and in NATO, it's also by far not yet exhausted.
Well, Putin, what Putin does now is really neglecting whatever Trump is doing. He's just taking it for granted, and I don't know. Maybe Donald Trump will not like it. Definitely won't like it because, well, let's speculate. Let's say that this new architecture, security architecture, whatever that means, whatever that will be without NATO, is delivered on the table. And say Zelensky and Ukrainian nation accepts it. So what happens if Putin just keeps on escalating again and again, and this new security architecture will just fail to work, just as NATO failed to react on some things? So could it be the only way, my question is, could it be the only way to deter future Putin's aggression, and we say by default that it will happen, is for Ukraine to produce its own security fence, alliances, and weaponry, just by the way?
Yeah, weaponry. There were also even some comments about nuclear weapons, by the way. Let's
Well,
not forget. Maybe it went too far. I don't know. But frankly, Ukraine needs guarantees. And if something not going to be solved in this more simple way, could be some harder solutions. But up to Ukraine to find the solutions. But when turning again to Trump's initiatives, he could lose his temper as well. When words are words, nice words are also nice. But when he will see no results whatsoever in whatever efforts he will fail, that would result in something else. And that something else would be something which Putin will not like.
Amen to that. Thank you so very much for your time, sir, and hope to talk to you soon.
Take care.
Will do. Goodbye. It was Lynas Lynkyavichus, former Foreign Minister and Minister of Defense of Lithuania at UATV English.